In this video, I'm going to share with you how to free up more of your time by automating business systems. Because not only does having systems in place for the different things that you do in your business, not only does that ensure that you do them the same way every time, thus increasing and improving the quality of the thing, but it also makes it possible for you to hand that system off to somebody else and have them do it so you don't have to do it at all. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 steps to shave hours off of your workload by creating one simple system. So sit back, relax, and welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes to Freedom. Welcome back to another video. My name is Justin and I help people create businesses on the internet that give them freedom. And inside of this video that you're watching right now, I'm going to share with you what I consider to be the #1 secret to that freedom. And that is how to free up more of your time by automating more business systems. All right. So creating business systems is one of, if not the most highest leverage activity that you can do inside of your business, right up there with creating content that's valuable and selling stuff. It's one of the highest leverage things that you can do. And not only does having that documented system for doing something increase the quality output of it, all right, it guarantees that you do it the same way every time because you got a documented system and you follow that system, but also, perhaps even more importantly, having that documented system in place for the different parts of business that need and require documented systems, which is a lot, but having those systems in place, that gives you the opportunity to then hand those systems off to someone else other than yourself, thus freeing up time for you. And so what I want to share with you in this video is 3 steps to freeing up more of your time by automating business systems. So step #1 is to identify your top 10 most time-intensive recurring tasks or systems that you currently spend the most time on every single month. And so you have systems inside of your business whether you realize this or not. And so ask the question, what are the things that you do every single month to keep the business alive? I'm talking about things like pay bills, maybe you have affiliate commissions to pay out, payroll, whatever the things are, write them down. All right. And then what are the things that you do 2 or 3 times a month? What about the things that you do every single week? On Sundays, every Sunday you have this thing that you do. What about every day? Do you have daily activities? And so write all of these down and think about what are the top 10 that take up the most amount of time. All right, so that's step #1. Step #2 is calculate how much time do they actually take you each week. So how much time are they taking from you? Write them all down, and out beside them in a different color or a different font or highlighted or something like that, write out the hours per week that you are personally spending on that particular thing. And so just write it out for each one. Look at them individually, look at them collectively. How many hours are you spending on each one of these systems, each one of these recurring things that you do over and over? And then look at them together. How many hours am I spending doing all of these? Look at them from different perspectives too. What does this look like on a weekly basis? How many hours? How many hours does that add up to on a monthly basis? What about a yearly basis? And then look at it on a daily basis too. How many hours per day can you save by just identifying, here's the top things that are taking the most of my time and what's one of them that I can create a system and give it to somebody else. All right. Okay, so that's tip #2, calculate how much time each of them is taking you every week. And step #3 is pick the one out of the 10 that will free up the most time, and yet it's still possible to hand off to somebody else. I realize that some of the things that you do, you're like, the idea of handing them to somebody else, you're like, no way, not possible, never going to happen. And by the way, if you don't have anyone to hand anything off to right now, don't let that stop you from getting the value of this and actually doing this part of the exercise, because the person will show up when you have the system built. You don't want them showing up before you have the system built anyway. It's going to be chaos. And so what is your current system? All right, identify the one out of 10. And then what is your current system for that one thing? What does it look like? And you have a system, whether you realize it or not. A system may be chaotic, and it may be that you don't have anything written down and you do it differently every way. Maybe that's how you get it done, different every single time. Maybe that's how you get it done. But it's time to develop a system. So what does the current system look like? And then next, what needs to be added to it in order to get it to the point where you can hand it off to somebody else and have them have everything that they need from one document. I'm literally talking about a shareable document. That's the systems that we use in our business. You can hand it off and that one person has everything they need, logins, steps, video tutorial links, everything in one document to do the system the same way every time. And you can literally get it off of your plate. And so those are the first 3 steps. All right, after that, the system will consistently need to be updated, like constantly for a while. It's going to need to be updated and improved, because don't expect the first version of the system that you write down and hand off to be 100% perfectly working out of the gate. There's going to be holes, there's going to be things that you didn't think about, and so allow for that. All right, the more systems you write and the more systems you hand off to people, the better you're going to get at it, and the less back and forth will occur. We talk about systems a lot inside of our small group coaching program, which is called Maverick Monthly, including we go into like our templates that we actually use to create our business system. So if you're interested in taking your online marketing skills and results to the next level, I'll put a link down in the description box where you can learn more about that. But a quick recap for today's training: 3 steps to shaving hours off of your week with one simple system. Step 1, identify your top 10 most time-intensive or recurring tasks or systems that you're currently spending your time on every month. So write the top 10 down. Step number 2, calculate how much time am I actually spending on these every single week. Step number 3, pick the one that's going to free up the most time and still possible to hand off, and build that system. Write that system out. I'll go into this topic more in the future, but for today, there you have it: how to free up more time by automating business systems. If you got value from this video and you'd like to have a conversation with me, an actual dialogue on a Zoom call, on the phone, whatever, you'll see some instructions for doing that down below in the description box. And so just follow those instructions. We can be on the phone having a conversation if you would like. Also, there's some other resources down there that you might find helpful. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you found it valuable. If you did, feel free to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that little bell notification icon, turn those on. That way you get notified every time we upload a new video, which is twice a week. Other than that, as always, I want to encourage you today to stay focused on freedom. Talk to you soon.